You should be looking at metrics that help you answer really, really relevant questions that are going to make a change in the business. Way too often, people provide metrics on information they have readily available. A good example is what is the average salary over time. I've seen board reports that have the average salary over time, month on month. Guess what? This information never changes. Or employee engagement survey summary statistics, which is an annual survey presented on a monthly basis. It's there, why? Because I have it. You have to start with your question. What are the questions the business most needs to answer? HR metrics and business metrics should be one and the same. They're connected. So you should really be thinking about your organizational metrics, not just your HR or people. The big problem is there are so many possible questions. I can easily whittle off 50 to 100 questions that are regularly asked. Where to start? You shouldn't start with the first question you came up with. You've got to go through a process. So I love gamification and actually running a process of getting people to prioritize that. Not by asking them to rank on a list, but an example is get each question one for one and say vote on one and then vote on another, and before you know it, you get a ranked list. So that's a way of gamifying that. Now that I know my most important questions, get the quick wins. Do I have the data available? Okay, let's answer those quickly and build some momentum. But also do the hard yards and try really hard to crowdsource information you might not have to answer those meaty questions. And often they're questions that relate to business drivers and HR drivers. An example is not in terms of diversity. There's a big drive to have more gender diversity at the top of organizations. So a simple metric is, what is my gender diversity? Okay, it's not good. A more insightful question is, what career paths do those that do make it go through? So what are the typical career paths that you can flow in order to hit the top as a female or as anyone? And then start asking why, because then you can start to do something about it. Information should lead to action. Otherwise, it is just interesting.